Good afternoon. Yes, it is afternoon. Good afternoon. Hello. Thank you all. We're going to go ahead and get the program started. Now, I know some of you have not yet been through the dessert line, so please go ahead and help yourselves. But I wanted to start on time so that we can get you out of here by 1:30 as promised. My name is Wendy Dant, and I'm president of One Southern Indiana, and I wanted to say on behalf of the Ford and GL Steering Committee, thank you for being here today. It's a problem, but a great problem. When you have so many people who are engaged in a process that you have to find a new location to hold everybody. So give yourselves a round of applause for making that problem occur. Let's just do one quick little poll. I know we've got a lot of folks from the Greater Clark County Schools here, but let's ask all of the folks who are with the school system to stand up at this time. If you're either an employee or a teacher, give them a round of applause. They're doing a lot to make this happen. All right, you guys can sit down. If you are part of the private sector, whether that be a for-profit business, nonprofit business, or as a parent or family member that is supporting the schools, you all stand up for a minute. Give these folks a round of applause. And I asked you to do this for two reasons. One, to make sure everybody stood up, but it helps you all identify yourselves at your table, so you recognize which perspective you're coming from. And I have to say that when you have the opportunity to pull this many people from the private sector together to help make a school district better, there is no truer definition of the word community support than that. So thank you all for being here and for being open to this process. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. You know, we all have known a lot of different school superintendents in our lives and folks of people who have decided that schools need to have different perspectives or what their mission and purpose is. But only once in my career has a school superintendent said, we're going to open the doors and we're going to ask you to tell us what we need to do. And that superintendent is Dr. Andy Mellon. The leadership he has provided through the Ford and GL program, yes, I'll shut up, go ahead, give him a round of applause. This is something that the business community can look at and say, we have an opportunity to do things better. And that's good for our children, of course. That's good for our community as a whole. But most of the business folks can say, this is good for my business. This is going to make us and help us become more profitable. And guys, that's why people are going to business. They want to make profit, and there's nothing wrong with that because the folks around the table are giving back to the community as well. So with that, I'd like to turn it over to Dr. Mellon, and he's going to start walking us through the agenda. Dr. Mellon.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm not used to being on a podium. Most of you who know me, I'd rather be down walking around, so I'll try to make this work. First of all, I want to make sure that I thank all of you for being here and being committed to doing the work that needs to be done, because a lot of work is being done all for our students. And that can't happen without all of you making this kind of a commitment. And so that means a great deal. And the fact that I see so many people in this room today, and believe it or not, there are probably another 80 people that are committed to this process that could not make it here today. So that's another great problem to have if the day comes that we get all 190 people in the room together. So I want to just recognize some people real quickly. We have a guiding team. It's called a guiding team. It's like an executive level group of people that try to meet every 2 weeks. We meet with Star Herman, our coach, Paula Shawn, another coach, and we are trying to prepare and make sure we're moving down the road. If you are a member of our guiding team, can you just stand, please, and be recognized? Come on, guiding team members, stand up. And then Each tactic team, we have 11 tactic teams. Each tactic team has co-chairs, one that comes from the Greater Clark family and the other one that comes from our community family. And so that's why we want to make sure we always are hearing the voices of both sides. If you are a co-chair of one of our tactic teams, leading those tactic teams, please stand and be recognized. Co-chairs. Our co-chairs meet 2 weeks before each one of these steering committee meetings, and they're the ones that help to prepare the agenda. So a lot of work goes in on their behalf to make this work. A couple quick celebrations. First of all, today I had the great honor to go up and be part of a recognition. The News and Tribune had a readers poll, and the readers chose a School of the Year. And that School of the Year is New Washington Middle High. So I'd like to, Carla Hobson's here. And also the Evening News and Tribune's Educator of the Year is Carla Hobson. So Carla Hobson, congratulations. Just great work is happening all over our district, and it's great that that's being recognized by the readers of the News and Tribune, so outstanding. Also, we've entered into a relationship recently. We've always had UPS as a partner for our school corporation. They've been part of our work for a long time, but we took another step recently where we have about 12 or 13 students, I believe, that are going over to UPS in the afternoons from 11 to 3. They're working a shift. They then get a chance to take college coursework paid for by UPS 2 days a week. And then if they're successful, they graduate from high school and choose to go to some kind of post-secondary educational setting, that will be paid for by UPS. So that agreement has been reached. We load some of them on a bus. We take them over. UPS is helping to support that cost, but that just is another example of a company that is in need of workforce support. We would love to be able to get more of our kids engaged, but it was a timing issue. By the time it was all solidified, most of our high school students had already chosen their courses for this school year. So in the future, I hope to maybe triple that number because again, they're benefiting the workforce, they're benefiting UPS, but UPS is paying them back through not only paying them for their time, but also supporting their post-secondary educational efforts, which that is our goal with Forward Next Generation Learning. So I think that's something that we definitely should celebrate. And then the other thing that's been happening is Elkhart Community Schools in northern Indiana, they are looking to perhaps maybe be the second school system in the state to pursue Forward Next Generation Learning. And we have been working with them for a long time. They became partners with our Pride program, but Elkhart County looks like they're ready to maybe take the next step. You know, our goal is to become the model for the state of Indiana. We hope to have that happen within a 2-year period. Elkhart, we would help provide some support to them. And then we just had Whitley County. They are a school system that is west of Fort Wayne, Indiana, and they've made 2 visits down to us. So I just want you to know that we have a lot of people from around the state of Indiana that are starting to show interest in the model, because the model combines a very rigorous academic environment for our kids, relevancy as it relates to paths, career paths, and connecting directly to the workforce needs of our region. I can't think of a better way to improve the overall quality of our community than the Ford NGL model, and I think other people are recognizing and realizing that. So I thought that that was something that we should also celebrate. I want to bring some people up here now. We asked for 3 of our teachers and 3 of our students to come to talk to you for a couple minutes each about their experiences with the Freshman Academy. If they would just head up this way. The Freshman Academy, if those of you who may not be familiar, we started it last year. It was really our first step into really immersing the curriculum aspect into our schools. We formed teams of students and teams of teachers, and it wasn't perfect in terms of how we set it all up. We did the very best we could, but what was really great about it was the ownership the teachers took toward the Freshman Academy and the level of benefit that the students started to feel. At the high school level, the whole goal of Freshman Academy is helping those 8th graders make a really successful transition into high school. And I cannot tell you how proud I am of every one of our educators that was a part of the Freshman Academy making it happen, because overwhelmingly it was very, very successful. But if I could, I'd like Jazzy Romans and Sierra Terry from Jeffersonville High School to come up first. So Jazzy, you can give them a round of applause.
Hello. Oh, I'm only 5'2.5" here. Here we go. Okay, I'm Jazzy Romans. I am a freshman English teacher at Jeff High, and I am the Red Team leader. Go Red Team. I can't say that we're not competitive, because we're a little competitive. My experiences with the Freshman Academy, we've all heard that proverb that wise men build their houses upon rock, right? The sturdiest foundation. And for us, our sturdy foundation at Greater Clark is the Pride Initiative. And at Jeff High, it's a part of our daily lives. We just do it all the time. And I find that the Pride Foundation for us, it's most lucrative whenever we have the Forward Next Gen Academy structure, and vice versa. The academies work really well at Jeff High because we are Pride rock stars, no pun intended on the rock thing. So if you ask any teacher what their biggest barrier is for an intervention system, it's going to be time. Anything that they want to do, time is always the biggest barrier. And that's what the Freshman Academy has given to us as classroom teachers. We have dedicated time to discuss student concerns, to create action plans, and to progress monitor, all with the support of our administration. We have a counselor and an assistant principal with us every single week during our plan. Once a week, we have Thursdays, and they're helping us figure out how are we gonna lift these students up and make them successful in their freshman year. Good teachers already did this, but now we have the support and follow through that we need from our administrators. With this dedicated time, Jeff High has data to show that we've made students really successful in their freshman year. We've reduced failures. We have an F list that we go on and kids get candy bars. It's amazing. We have reduced problem behaviors. We have increased academic awareness and readiness. And this year, with our project-based learning training, we're going to implement some cross-curricular project-based learning. I personally see, yes, thank you. I personally see the Freshman Academy as a response to the Whole Child initiative that the entire country is kind of taking on right now. You go to any conference and they're going to tell you to look at the whole child, and that's what the Academy does for us. We have one arm that looks at the academics and the college and career readiness. We have the other arm that looks at targeting problem behaviors, and then we keep all of that in mind when looking at a child's personal life and what's going on at home, and we provide those wraparound services when needed. As an added bonus for our administrators at the schools and our central office, they've created a lot of leadership capacity. They've built leadership capacity within all classroom teachers. I'm just the classroom teacher, but I get to lead a team of 7 other classroom teachers, and luckily I'm an agenda nerd, so I like doing it and like checking things off. But they've built that leadership capacity in the building. The biggest reward, of course, Jeff High, if you haven't seen it, it's 2,000 kids, and we're all about family there. We're a teacher family, and we're a family with our students, and we've made that 2,000 number look really small to these freshmen who are transitioning into our school. And at the end, that's what every school wants to achieve, that's what every teacher wants, and what every parent wants. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. You can email me, find me, talk to me after. Thank you. And Sierra Terry was one of my freshmen last year, and she's going to come up and kind of give you, her bird's eye view on what the Freshman Academy did for her. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sierra. I am a sophomore at Jeff High. Last year, becoming a freshman was a huge challenge, not to only me, but a lot of my freshman friends. But the Freshman Academy was a huge encouragement, not only to me, but to my friends. When we had done very well in class, kept our grades up, and we also showed pride, we got rewarded. We had a lot of different rewards. The first reward that we got was the freshman tailgate. That was a time where we had got to spend time with our friends before our first home football game. We got to play games, we got to paint our faces, and we also got into the game free, which was also pretty cool. Another reward that was given to us was a Romeo and Juliet play that was produced by Jeff High's Theater. It happened during school, but it was an awesome experience because we had read it during our English classes, and it had tied into that. And it helped us understand the book more while we were watching it, and it was just an awesome experience. The most encouraging reward to me was we had an award ceremony. We all gathered in the gym, and the teachers announced the winners and the ones who had showed pride the most. And if you received a wristband, then you were eligible to go up to the upstairs gym, and you were able to hang out there for the rest of the day, have fun, listen to music, play games. And up there you have more chances to win prizes like cool gift cards to Foot Locker or McDonald's. And if you didn't win or get an award, it still pushed you more to want to get that, and just to show that you have excelled in class. The biggest reward was I was supported 100% by all of my teachers. If my grades had fallen, then they were there to help me. They were my backbone. They were there to pick me up if I was falling. They were there no matter what. They did whatever they could to help us bring our grades up. And I felt fully supported, and I would like to thank all of my teachers at Jeff High. Thank you.
All right, good afternoon. My name is Heather Dailey. I am an English teacher at New Washington Middle High School. And I want to introduce my student ambassador, Audrey Urton, and she's going to talk to you about a key component of the Freshman Academy.
Hi, I'm Audrey Urton, and last year I took a class called Freshman Seminar, and me and my classmates did a lot of work that helped in seeing possibilities of life after high school. We also learned how to interview and find possible job opportunities in our pathway, and even how to save and invest your money. Many websites we visited helped with our career pathway. I actually consider myself to be a part of the business and entrepreneurship of finance and accounting. We also went on a field trip for bowling, and it was very exciting.
In addition to the freshman seminar that's internally in class, they're there every day, we wanted to make sure that we gave our students opportunities outside of the building to go visit some colleges. We were really lucky to get to go to 3 different types of schools. We got to visit Ivy Tech to look at a 2-year program. We got to go to IUS to look at 4-year programs, and then we also got to go to Hanover to look at the private 4-year opportunities. And a lot of people at first were a little skeptical, even the teachers on the team. Why are we taking freshmen to college campuses already when we know that, they typically go as juniors and seniors? But it was really eye-opening, not just to the teachers, it was eye-opening us because we saw the students really get engaged and, open up to different opportunities they hadn't previously thought about. Students were coming back saying, wow, I think I could afford college, because we were having the college counselor speak to them about the different options they had. So it was really exciting in that aspect that kids were seeing different places they could go in the future that they really hadn't considered before. And then to realize that, really they do need to start thinking about the way they're going to pay for school, even as a freshman, if we can't get it, before that. Other than taking the college field trips, we also took field trips to businesses. The students were given the opportunity to visit 4 manufacturing businesses in New Albany. It was S&J Precision, Bruce Fox, Beach Mold and Tool, and Samtech. And again, this just opened their eyes to different possibilities when they are finished with school. Seeing what manufacturing is and what it isn't. And they came back saying that was a really cool field trip. We really liked seeing what we could actually do if we chose to get into this business after we finished school. I'm going to let Audrey talk just another minute about the bowling field trip so she can explain how students got to go on that one. We did have fun field trips in addition to the educational ones.
Freshman Academy, I think, helped us a whole lot, and even more the people who weren't really on the right track. And we got rewards, and we went on a bowling field trip, and we had to sign a paper that said that we couldn't have any failing grades, we had to have fewer than 3 absences, and we had to have fewer than 2 referrals. And some of us didn't get to go or have to participate in that event.
She went.
Yeah, I went. But the ones who did, we had a great time, and we took pictures, and we had pizza, and it was very fun. And I was really excited for that.
And just to kind of go back to what Jazzy had said too, this is giving us the opportunity to know our students out of the academic setting alone, to actually go on the bowling field trip and bowl with the kids and have fun with them. This morning we actually had our freshman breakfast. So to kind of just sit with the kids and chat with them, not worrying about what their grades are at the moment or what assignments they might be missing or need help on, but just to talk about, hey, what'd you do this weekend? What are you going to do this weekend? What's going on with your life is really nice. We want to build those relationships so then the kids will come to us when they need help on things, whether it's academics or outside of the school, and then we can help them, again, just build that foundation for themselves in many ways so that they're successful when they leave us. And I think that's it from us.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Lisa Weber, and this is our student ambassador, Chase Wray. We could get up here and just say ditto because it's just indicative of all the good work that, as I hear people talk about things that are going on in their school, it's happening in ours as well. But we've prepared these speeches, so just give us that.
I'm a sophomore at Charlestown High School. Like Ms. Weber said, I'm Chase Wray. There are so many great things that I can say about the Freshman Academy that was implemented last year at Charlestown High School. It was our very first year, it's new, we're learning the ways. For some people, the transition from middle school to high school is very, very drastic. They fall off the wagon. Learning to adapt to a new environment, numerous classes, many teachers, and the rigorous coursework requires initiative on the part of the student. Many students entering their freshman year are simply not equipped to be successful. In the Freshman Academy, we were taught to take ownership of our own education. From learning time management skills and keeping up with our grades to thinking career and visiting multiple colleges, the Academy showed us the value of being self-reliant. Yet, each of us always knew that we had the safety net that the teachers formed. The connections we made with our teachers is one of the best aspects of the Freshman Academy. Teachers get to know us better as an individual, and you feel more engaged and connected to them. The Academy definitely eases the growing pains associated with becoming a freshman. I'm honored to have such reliable and caring teachers such as Ms. Weber and many, many other teachers. Yeah. Going through the Academy was such a wonderful opportunity, and I'm blessed to have that. The Freshman Academy, it's just, there's so many opportunities for you, like going to IU, as Ms. Weber will say, and going to Ivy Tech, and for me, I'm going to get my associate degree, and going into the college classroom and just seeing everything that's required, it makes me want to step up your game. So I'm very thankful to have the Freshman Academy and Dr. Mellon for implementing that at Charlestown High School. Here's Ms. Weber.
I had the good fortune of seeing the Forward Next Gen program as a member of the steering committee and as a classroom teacher. And I have to admit that when we first sat down in committees as part of the steering committee and then our breakout groups, I'll be honest, it was a little abstract and even it seemed a little insurmountable. How are we going to take the community members and businesses and rethink how we connect with our students and turn all that into a real program? But as teachers, we're always looking for the things that best suit our students. And so at Charlestown, and I'm sure the other schools, we have a motto, we're all in, to the point that we created t-shirts for the kids that had that motto on it. And we really believe that. When we first set up the teams, the first thing that we vowed to do as teachers was to be a united front and present that to the students and let them know that, like their parents, good teaching, good parenting, you have to provide consistency and support for your students. And the students knew that we trusted each other and believed in each other, and we did so. We felt the same for them. And so it kind of created that family atmosphere for them. We were able to put together a program that provided lots of communication between home and school, remediation programs, tutoring, field trips, lots of celebrations, and the kids built a community within their own school, and I think it was good support for them. The data supports the establishment of the Freshman Academy. In just our first year, with all the bumps and bruises that you feel going through any first year program, we had a 10% reduction in referrals. And if you look at the whole class of freshmen, there were only 4 students. We set a goal of 11 college credits, they wish, of high school credits for them to earn by the end of their freshman year, and there were only 4 students who didn't reach that goal. And that's, I know that sounds like, you know, it should be 0, but that's a tremendous improvement. We had students who took field trips to the same colleges that you've heard about, and I saw students who don't think much past the lunch menu, walk out of IUS and go back to the school, and they wanted to meet with their counselors to find out what college, you know, they wanted to go to, get information about high school credits that they needed. Kids who had never talked about going to college thought that they would just be some, you know, technical program someplace. They thought, maybe I could do Ivy Tech for a couple of years and see what I wanted to do, you know, what I want to be with. I just think that there's so many more stories that I could give you about job shadowing, opportunities and careers and exploration into those fields. But really, the most important thing that I need to say is thank you to all you community members who believe in us, because it takes a lot of your time. I know you have other things that you need to be doing. So we thank you so much for all your help with this program.
They said it a lot better than I could ever express it. And if you think about that, our teachers are all in. What great ambassadors for our school corporation, and then our students. That is why we do everything we're doing. So please, another round of applause for our teachers and students. The other challenge for us, in some people's eyes, can be that our school system is diverse in many ways. And so you have a large urban-suburban setting in Jeffersonville, you have a little bit more of a small town feel at Charlestown, and you have a little bit more of a rural feel in New Washington. And we've dedicated ourselves, if you noticed, that it needs to pretty much look pretty similar across all 3 of those communities. That's what we're trying to do. No one community is any better than any other community. Everyone is valued and important, and I think you could see in their comments that that's what we're all about. So very, very proud of them, and then all of our other staff members that are tied to our Freshman Academy and to our Fort NGL work. I want to get you guys working here in just a minute, but I need to just thank a couple more people. Renee Markoski is my assistant. She coordinates the efforts of all this, and I know she welcomed you when she came in. So Renee, if you just give her a round of applause. She's hiding probably. Travis Hare is our deputy superintendent, and Dr. Hare has been invaluable to me in every manner, but in helping to coordinate the event and getting it here at Kai's. I want to thank Dr. Hare, if you don't mind helping me with that. I want to thank Kai's for opening her doors for us and providing such a great environment for this meeting. So if you could thank Kai, I'd appreciate that. And Wendy, Dant, Chesser, you know, in the Fort NGL network, you must have a convening organization. And Wendy in One Southern Indiana has been there every step of the way. And we were just talking briefly before the meeting. We didn't get a chance to talk by phone or anything before the meeting today, and it just sort of went hand in hand. She stepped right up and did everything in such a great professional manner, and this area is extremely fortunate to have Wendy Dant Chesser as the president and CEO of One Southern Indiana. So Wendy, thank you very much. We have students here from WJHI, and Mr. Dench is here, who is the teacher coordinating that program, and so we appreciate that very much. Thank you. So they're recording this event, which is great, because we want people, not necessarily, they don't need to care about anything that I've said, but as long as we just caught the thoughts and the feelings of our teachers and our students, that is the most important reason, because we need the rest of our community to hear their words, because that is why we're doing everything we're doing. And what may happen is you're going into your tactic team work now until 1:30, and your chairs will help coordinate and run that. But they may be coming around and pulling certain people away if you don't mind, and just feel free, if you're comfortable, to say a few words as a testimonial to the work we're doing, because we're not done, we're just getting started, and we want it to grow and build and continue to do great things for our kids. So thank you again for everything. It's now work time. Co-chairs, take it over. Thank you.